Coming up live at midday, we track the damage left behind after a round of severe weather rocks the heartland. Then lawmakers in Iowa move a controversial abortion bill forward, where it stands right now. And the president moves forward with a nuclear deal with one country while moving away from another at the same time.
And another day with the possibility of severe weather later this evening and again tomorrow. I'll tell you exactly when and where coming up.
6 News live at midday is next.
From your home for news, this is WOWT 6 News Midday.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us live at midday. I'm Collin Ruane. Well, happening right now, we have our eye on the sky as we track the chance of severe weather for a second straight day. Meteorologist Brad Sugden joins us now from the Hour by Hour Forecast Center. And Brad, how is it looking out there right now?
Well, you know, the good news, Collin, is a lot of this looks like it'll be south. And Collin will have all those details coming up in a very detailed full weather just ahead.
All right, Brad, thank you so much. Well, developing right now, we are taking a look at the damage from last night's storms. These pictures you see were taken by Katie Weldon near Walnut, Iowa. There are several farm buildings damaged and destroyed. The National Weather Service says the damage was caused by wind. Katie says, fortunately, no one was hurt and there is no damage to the house. Of course, eerie sounds of sirens. This is in Donovan, Nebraska, thanks to the storms. Luckily, no one was hurt after this tornado dropped out of the sky around 5 on Tuesday. This video was sent to us by Alex Peskowski. Hall County officials say it only damaged some farm outbuildings. That twister spun a fast-moving line of storms that produced up to tennis ball-sized hail near Octavia. A funnel could also be seen nearby in northern Butler County. Closer to the Omaha Metro, we captured this ominous formation just to the northwest of Fremont. Some minor rotation from an earlier funnel just west of the city. We watched it move north before it eventually became rain-wrapped, and that heavy rain caused a flash flood warning in some areas. At least 2 to 4 inches fell fast in a narrow band from Columbus up to Tacoma. Video is shot in Dodge County shows water-filled fields and ditches. And while the weather can get chaotic, it did bring a nice ending. Check out this photo viewer sent in to us. Scott Olson snapped this double rainbow just north of us near Tacoma. You can get the latest updates from the Weather Authority on our 6 News mobile app. We'll be updating it throughout the day as the weather changes. Well, happening right now, all eyes are on Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. It's happening just hours after the state legislature passed a controversial new abortion bill. The House and then the Senate debate the so-called heartbeat bill into the early morning hours. It essentially bans abortions past 6 weeks of pregnancy. Critics say some women don't even know they're pregnant by that point. If approved, it would be one of the toughest abortion laws in the country. An Iowa couple working to restore a century-old home is feeling haunted, not by ghosts, but by unwanted pests. The couple has put $100,000 into restoring it so far. The investment is now in jeopardy because something is eating through the floor. 200 square feet of flooring that was installed 2 years ago had to be torn out. They went to Google and found powder post beetles. A 30-year orchid expert confirmed that suspicion, calling it the worst case he had ever seen.
Initially, they told us it was nail putty problems, and then they told us we should go to the retailer, which we did that, and we initiated a complaint with them, and they've been pretty responsive, but then they send us back to the manufacturer.
That's their interaction with Armstrong Flooring. They say they will communicate with the customers. The family has filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. They're considering legal action against that manufacturer. What seemed like harmless fun at an after-prom celebration turned into a hospital visit. A Bellevue West senior was hypnotized during the event and says he suffered serious side effects.
Something's wrong with Jalen.
Elizabeth and Harrell Cox say their hearts dropped when their son's date was banging on their door Sunday morning. Jalen Cox and other classmates were told they were being hypnotized at Bellevue West. It was an event organized by parents. Elizabeth said Jalen volunteered. In videos, you can see Jalen fall twice. They worry he hit his head. His parents believe his weird behavior that night was caused either by the hypnosis or that fall.
I think that's the scariest part. We don't know.
You're messing with a child's mental state. So that's not something I would want, on Jalen.
Jalen was taken to the hospital. Doctors say he didn't have a concussion. We reached out to Bellevue Public Schools. They say this type of situation is unique because it was hosted at the school, but not put on by the school. The district is working with the family on what will come next. Developing right now, two very different moves from the White House. The U.S. is moving closer to a nuclear deal with North Korea and further away from a nuclear deal with Iran. NBC's Tracy Potts explains why from Washington.
Iran lied.
NBC News, Washington.
Still ahead live at midday, the latest consumer coverage, including the unique idea getting younger people out to museums. You're watching 6 News live at midday. Welcome back. Omaha finds itself with a new ranking. One publication says we have one of the toughest housing markets for millennials. Rising real estate prices, low inventory, and heightened demand are to blame for the home buying crunch. That's all according to Realtor.com. Omaha ranks as the 5th most difficult market to find a home in. The top 4 are San Jose, Seattle, Salt Lake City, and Minneapolis. Museums are always a staple in most communities, and now it appears they're attracting more young crowds in a unique way. Bradley Showright continues our coverage.
Showright.
Let's take a live look outside this midday. The dreary look out there as meteorologist Brad Sugden tracks the chance for severe weather here in the heartland. This hour-by-hour forecast is next. We are following breaking news out of Georgia right now. We do have news of an Air National Guard cargo plane that has crashed near the airport in Savannah. I want to give you a live view of this scene right now. This is what we're seeing right now. We're told the plane crashed at the intersection of 2 roads. The plane was from the Air National Guard 165th Airlift Wing, and it went down about 10:30 our time. No word of any injuries. Continuing coverage on the 6 News app.
Today's weather.
News app, keep up to date with the latest. I'm actually about, Collin, to post a web story about historic snow that fell here 5 years ago today. So if you download the app, you'll see it.
Hopefully we don't have to deal with that anymore this year,
Yeah,
at least.
no, I think we're okay.
All right, we'll just head a new way to get involved with readers at the Omaha Public Libraries. Fill you in on a new team of staff members who are part of the Well-Read Collective.
You're watching 6 News live at midday.
Welcome back. It's more than just having a librarian check books in and out. The Omaha Public Library now has a new team of staff talking to readers about their books. Here to talk about the Well-Read Collective is Erin Dewar. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the program first off for people that don't know about it.
Yeah, so the Well-Read Collective is a new team of Omaha Public Library staff that are located at different locations across the city. And they're especially dedicated to talking to people about books and sharing what we're reading and helping them find something based on their personal interest. So they're we have staff at all of our locations that do readers advisory, but they're kind of like our street team. So they're up on the website and they'll be out in the community talking to people.
And there are several locations across the city, as most people do know.
Yeah.
Why did the library decide that this was a good idea to create the group?
Yeah, so we have things now like Amazon, and there's digital apps that will recommend books for you, but sometimes figuring out why someone likes a book is a little bit more art than science. So we're really good at that because we read a lot of books, we watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies, and we're good at connecting all that stuff for our patrons.
And so for the average reader, someone who might be going in just on a normal day, or maybe they're a regular, maybe they're new to the library, what does this really mean? What does the team bring to those readers? I
think sometimes people are a little scared to come up to the desk. They think we're busy or we're doing a bunch of other stuff, but we want to make sure they know that that's why we're there. We love to talk about books with them. And maybe they think they should be embarrassed about what they're reading, and no one should be embarrassed. We like whatever you're reading, I'm totally into it. So yeah, we just want to make sure that they know that we're there to make that personal connection with them.
And I know we touched on this a little bit, but where can people find information about, where it is, when it is, all that good stuff?
On our website, so omahalibrary.org, you can find the team by searching for Well-Read Collective, or you can look for Find Your Next Read under the Services tab. You'll see all the team members, you'll see what they're reading and what they recommend. You can connect with us over email. We'll also be out in the community at events like the Night Market at Turner Park this summer, doing reading recommendations and giving away free books and library swag.
And I guess what other events are going on? It's not just about this. You always have something going on at the library.
Yeah, so the big thing coming up is summer reading. So towards the end of the month, around May 25th and 26th, summer reading will kick off. So that means if you read 10 hours over the summer, you can get a prize pack. And this year, for the first time in a while, adults will also get prizes. So you can check out our kickoff parties on May 25th and 26th at our libraries.
And it's coming up quickly. It's hard to believe it's already May.
Here, like so fast.
Ready for the summer weather as well, too. So lots of locations, 12 here in the metro. The hours do vary, so if you need more information about when they're open and closed, go to omahalibrary.org. And of course, much more information about everything related to the library. Thanks so much for joining us today.
You.
All right, well, just ahead, Brad has a final check of the hour-by-hour forecast and fill us in on that severe weather potential. You're watching 6 News live at midday.
Closed captioning provided by
Millard Roofing. We'll take it from here.
Anna Faris stars in the remake of Overboard. The actress is now sharing a story about getting a blessing for the movie from the stars of the original. Dustin Dales has it all in the Hollywood Minute. Brad's here with a final look at the forecast. A very busy week for the weather department.
Yeah, exactly. Today, even in the evening, south of the Omaha Metro, we're going to look for some storms. Some of those could be strong or severe in detail yet, so we'll wait until it gets a little closer.
Yeah, you know, the focus on the next couple days. And then, of course,
Exactly.
everyone's watching the weekend. It's going to be perfect out there.
Exactly.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you tonight live at 5.
WOWT 6 News is everywhere. Watch every newscast streamed live on our website and mobile app. Follow 6 News on Twitter for real-time breaking news, weather, and headlines.